What up? What up? Good afternoon. It's 2:00, 1:11. Today's Monday. I was supposed to go off this morning, but I had to get some shit done this morning. So now I got my shit done and I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Your boy's not working right now. So hit me with the like, hit me with the share, shoot me some comments down there, and let me know what's up, guys. Let's go. Let's talk about what happened this weekend. Outside of the Dallas Cowboys not being in the playoffs. I get it. I know, guys. We don't have to remind me. I know the Cowboys aren't in the playoffs. I understand. My team didn't do very good. We're waiting on Dak Prescott to get healthy. We're waiting to hire a defensive coordinator right now. Quinn is the main man that we're looking at from the Atlanta Falcons, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But the last time we were looking at a defensive coordinator, it was the biggest mistake of our lives, which he is fired. Mike Nolan, get the hell out, baby. It's time to move on. Now let's make some moves on the defensive side of the ball. Come on, Dallas. But I'm not going to waste too much time talking about a team that's not in the playoffs. But I will talk one more thing before I start talking about teams in the playoffs. Let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles firing Doug Peterson. I actually think that was a great move. I said a couple weeks ago that I actually thought Doug Peterson was a problem in Philadelphia. I don't think it's Carson Wentz. We know Carson Wentz can play. Outside of that injury, Carson Wentz has shown glances of just specialty from this guy. The guy can ball. Is he better than Dak Prescott? Hell no. Get that conversation out of here, son. But the guy can ball. He can play. Doug Peterson, it seemed like really when you think about when you go back to that MVP season when they won the Super Bowl and Carson Wentz got hurt, Nick Foles takes over. That was just really a goddamn miracle, and all the stars just aligned perfectly together, and the Philadelphia Eagles just managed to find a way to get it done. When you when you rewatch the games, really, first of all, let's start off with Philadelphia had probably one of the best defenses going into the playoff run that they made. And Nick Foles was just throwing deep dimes, and they just all happened to be landing. So for Philadelphia to move on for Doug Peterson, I think it's a great move. That's a great place to start because I thought Doug Peterson was a goddamn problem. Now bring some help over for Carson Wentz. Guys, have y'all looked at that list for free agency? It is lit, son. It's out there. And you got Julio Jones that's wanting to get traded. What's the assets in Philly? I'm not 100% sure. Someone let me know. Shoot me the comment. Let me know what assets does Philly have to go out there and go get some help from Carson Wentz. I know Zach Ertz probably ain't coming back. I'm assuming they're going to restructure that contract. I'm thinking if I'm Carson Wentz, regardless, I restructure your contract anyways to bring you the help. Because I think that's where the problem began, is that they unloaded this contract on you too soon. It was just too soon. You got to keep bringing in the weapons. That's why Tom Brady was so successful. The guy is taking less money every year. And look what the Patriots did. Quarterbacks just get greedy. That's just the truth. They just get greedy. And that's okay because the quarterback should get greedy. Hold on, guys, real quick. Hold on. Let me see. I think my mic isn't hooked up here. There we go. Now I sound better. All right, man. But like I was saying, Doug Peterson, get the hell out. Go find yourself a new job. You're probably going to do good somewhere else. I think from what I heard this morning, he might be looking at the Jets, something like that. But, oh, well, who cares? Not a playoff team. Doesn't matter anymore. But let's talk about the goddamn playoffs. First of all, I want to start off with the no Bucks given, okay? We didn't really give a shit about the Bucks game. We kind of figured out. We kind of knew how that game was going to play out, even though, as soon as we found out Alex Smith was not active, who really thought there was a chance? That game was too close, though. Tom Brady, that game was too close. 22 for 40, almost 50%. That's not good enough. That's not going to get it done against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints look pretty good against one of the best defenses in the NFL. So whenever you start comparing the Bears to Washington really just has a D line. Chicago kind of has a full defense. DBs, linebackers, linemen, they're fully loaded. They put up a good game against the Saints, which was kind of expected. Really, the only way they were going to win is if Mitchell Trubisky had an all-star game. He was playing for his career. I don't think Chicago should bring him back. Hell no. Send him out of the way. Go look in the draft or go look in the offseason. Bring Cam Newton over. What's the worst thing that can happen? Allen Robinson is a free agent. I highly doubt he's going to go back to Chicago, so it's kind of hard to really dictate who's going to go out there or who's going to want to go out to Chicago, knowing that there's really no weapons. Allen Robinson's the only guy for Chicago, and he's gone after this year. I guarantee you he's not going to sign back, especially if Mitchell Trubisky's your goddamn quarterback. No, thank you. How do they fix this problem? Chicago, sell everything. I don't give a damn what you got. Sell it. Go get Deshaun Watson. Everybody and their mom needs to go get Deshaun Watson. Give up every asset that you have and get Deshaun Watson on your goddamn team.
That's the answer for a lot of these organizations. I mean, looking at Chicago is a quarterback away from just being insanely good. But time is ticking. That clock is ticking on that defense. Khalil Mack's only going to be good for so long, right? That's the heart and soul of that defense. So Chicago, dang. But the Saints-Tampa Bay matchup is going to be awesome. I can't wait for that one. It's going to be great. We're going to talk about it on Saturday. Me, JB, Earl's coming on. So that's going to be super interesting. But let's go on to the next one. Let's talk about them Browns. That dog pound. I've been telling JB all year, baby, don't give up on this Browns team. If they just do what they're supposed to do, run the ball and recreate what you did with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, as Stefanski has done. Stefanski, coach of the year, coaching from a goddamn basement, had set up an amazing game plan. It couldn't have been executed any better. From the start of this game, every Steelers fan's butt cheeks got so tight, and that's when they probably realized that they may potentially lose. Here was my thoughts on this. What the Browns did, as I was telling JB earlier in the year, the Browns are the little brothers, right? Everybody says that. Little brothers. And the Steelers are the big brothers. And typically you poke at big brother beats you up, right? And you go snitch to mom, and mom says, stop being a snitch. And that's typically how it goes, right? Stop snitching. Shut up. Handle your own, son. And you're scared of big brother, so you never really push back, okay? And then you get older, and then your brother gets older. And I'm not talking about my brother, because my brother is still young enough to whoop my ass. So not talking about my brother, but I'm talking about other situations. I'm assuming at one point I'm going to be able to whoop my brother's ass as long as I stay healthy. I'm sure I'm going to be able to whoop my brother's ass when we get older. But as of right now, he'll whoop my ass. Here's the truth, though. Here's what happened. The Browns finally got tired of mom telling them to shut up. And you want to know what they did? Exactly what they did on Sunday. They punched Big Brother in the goddamn mouth. Sit the ass home. TikToking, running. Juju ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. Why do you want those problems? Juju's more worried about developing a brand, which is okay. Go get your money, my guy. But at some point, when it starts affecting your gameplay, and he had a great game, don't get me wrong. I think he received over 100 yards, something like that. That's awesome. But it doesn't matter because you didn't get your team to rally around you. I mean, the guy was dancing, I think, in the third quarter, fourth quarter, when they were down. That shit doesn't make sense to me. There's a place to have fun, and there's a place to start taking shit serious. And it just seemed like Juju was more engaged with having fun than to getting the job done. And I think the reason for that is he really thought in his head that this was the same old Browns. And if you're a Browns fan, I mean, I was nervous up until there at the end of the fourth quarter when they got that pick. You were nervous that whole game, especially when momentum started to shift. And I think that's when Juju thought, oh, here's the same old Browns. Baker Mayfield said, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. Let me put this in your ass right quick, baby. And that's exactly what happened. This Pittsburgh Steelers team was relying on their defense. I've said it all year. Their defense is the only thing that was keeping them alive. That's it. When Bud Dupree and Devin Bush went out, it was over. That was a wrap. That's when we knew we were going to witness the fallout that we witnessed Sunday. And now they got bigger problems, right? Because now they got a whole team full of they may have the most free agents in the league. Where do they go from there? Where do they go from here? I don't think you bring Big Ben back. That's the problem. Big Ben's too old. I mean, the guy is legit. He's a legend. He's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame. No problem. Give the guy his respect. The guy can ball. But at some point, you just want to see great players hang them up and walk out with some pride. And right now, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that. We're seeing the Chuck Liddell of the UFC right now. Maybe that's not a great comparison depending how you look at Chuck Liddell, but you got to learn when to quit. You can't keep getting knocked out. Big Ben, 3 years. 3 years, man. Save Pittsburgh, the pity parties. Save Pittsburgh, the drama. Move on. Mason Rudolph's not the goddamn answer, though. Pittsburgh is going to rebuild as of right now. As of right now, they need to start the rebuilding stage. Mike Tomlin is that guy, though. If they release him, someone's going to be super excited because they're going to get a hell of a coach. So don't do that. Start with Big Ben. Start with Big Ben. But them Browns, baby. Them Browns. hats off to the goddamn Browns, right? Respect to Baker Mayfield for just getting the job done, not overdoing it, not doing too much, doing exactly what was written up for him. Exactly what he was written up. Kevin Stefanski better win coach of the goddamn year, and this right here just put the goddamn stamp on it. I know he wasn't out there. The agenda was obviously created by Kevin Stefanski. Come on. I mean, sure, it was a group project, so on and so forth, but Kevin Stefanski, his name is stamped on it, son. This guy is the god for Cleveland. This guy's bigger than LeBron at this exact moment. Okay? And the Browns are here to stay. Is it going to be troubling here in the offseason whenever they try to decide whether Baker Mayfield's the answer or not? It's going to be a little dicey. But you got to stick to Baker Mayfield because he's finally going to come back next season. I mean, they're not out yet. We don't know what the run's going to be. But he's going to come back next season. Baker Mayfield's finally going to have a coach back-to-back years. That's the same coach back-to-back years. We haven't seen this for the Browns. With this type of success, we have not seen this. And I'm so excited for this Browns team, man. I'm assuming they cut ties with Odell Beckham, especially given the cap hit that they are taking from him. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know if how they're going to move that. I think you move them, go get some assets, bring in a bigger receiver, someone like AJ Green. You're not going to have to pay him too much, I don't think. Bring him over. It's a rivalry from Cincinnati. The guy wants to play the guys 2 times a year and go off on them. Why not? Why not? Makes sense to me. That's just my take on them real quick. But let's get a quick break real quick.
I care to expand on that.
I just woke up feeling real dangerous. Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
I care to expand on that.
I just woke up feeling real dangerous. Yeah.
I don't want to be an asshole and just continue to rub it in. But let me just one more time.
I care to expand on that.
I just woke up feeling real dangerous. Yeah.
Woke up feeling real dangerous. He did, son. Put it in their mouth. Let's move on. Lamar Jackson. Do I need to apologize to this guy for all the shit that I've been talking about Lamar Jackson? All the shit I've been putting on this guy about not being able to throw the rock. All you got to do is make him throw for more than 30 times. Okay? That's what I've been living on. Lamar Jackson. And it's not that I hate the guy. I really don't hate the guy. I think the guy's cool. My only thing is there's no narrative for me on Lamar Jackson. I just as far as he can't win a playoff game, the guy was only there once, right? I can't really knock him for his time being there. The guy's only been here for 4 years. He's killing it, already has an MVP, right? I don't hate this guy. I just hate the narrative that Baltimore fans put on him because he won the MVP. They act like this guy just can do everything so perfectly. He's just an amazing stud. What pissed me off is when he was balling, it's kind of the same. It's a kind of similar feeling to those people, how you feel towards Cam Newton, right? If you're going to party when you're winning, keep the goddamn same energy when you're losing. And that's what happened to Cam Newton. The guy was balling out, doing all these celebrations, so on and so forth. And then when he starts getting smacked up, he's like, man, I wonder why I'm a target. It's probably because you didn't shut your goddamn mouth. When Lamar Jackson won MVP, we had Lil Cool J back there sitting in the bench with his goddamn sunglasses on. I mean, it's hard not to hate that, right? Especially when they start losing and they get a little bit upset. They get just a little bit upset. What do you expect? Lamar Jackson, though, I will give you your props here. The guy balled. I mean, he only threw 24 times, which is under the thresholds that I've said. Only completed 17 passes, 179 yards, 1 INT, which was at the very beginning of the game. The guy started off rough. Did not look good. But, man, this is the one thing that I keep saying about the Ravens. Ravens, keep doing what gets you to the dance. Stop trying something different. Right now is not the time for that. And that's exactly where this run came from. The Ravens went back to their bread and butter, and that's utilizing Lamar Jackson's legs. I'm not going to hate if you accept that you're a great runner. You can be a quarterback and still say, I'm the best runner in the league. Don't get away from that, Lamar, just because all the analysts are telling you differently. You're great at running the goddamn ball, so run it 30 times. Be the goddamn running back and quarterback. Who cares? But do what wins you games. Don't force a throw when a 30-yard run's in front of you. And that's the only way you're going to get past the Bills. But we'll touch on that matchup this Saturday. I'm just saying, I respect Lamar Jackson. And if he sure in the hell takes the Bills out this weekend, boy, will I have to apologize big time. And I will put some respect on this man's name. But Lamar, don't get outside of your comfort zone. What you are is a great runner. Cool. Stick to it. And when the pass is there, take it. Don't force it, though. But it's going to be a hell of a game this weekend when this guy has to sit in the pocket and complete tight throws. Interesting as hell, if you ask me. Did I like the Baltimore Ravens celebration there at the end of the game? Hell yeah. It's a rivalry, baby. It makes me want to watch a Ravens game again. That's exactly what it does. But am I hyped about Lamar Jackson going into this week because of the performance that we saw? Hell no. Are you kidding me? 20 points against a defense that's been giving up 30 points all season? You were supposed to win this game. You were supposed to win this game during the regular season. They should have never even been able to talk shit to you guys. That defense played phenomenal. But for you to only put up 20 points offensively and you want me to feel encouraged going into this weekend against the Bills? I don't think so, man. Lamar Jackson has to play better and more consistent throwing the goddamn ball. I think that's what everybody's going to say, and that's probably that is what I'm going to stick to until this guy proves me different. And when the man does, I'll give him his roses. I'll even buy real roses and put Lamar Jackson's name on it and just set them right here on the bar for you. Okay, Lamar, let's see what you can do. Come on, guy. All right, man. Let's just move on to this next topic here. But before we move on to that topic, I just had to see this one more time.
Care to expand on that?
I just woke up feeling real dangerous. Yeah.
Real dangerous. Still. So the Colts are trying to bring back the Colts owner was talking about bringing back. Excuse me. The Colts owner was talking about bringing back Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers had his run. We did exactly what we thought he was going to do at the beginning. During the offseason when we did the show, everybody, me, Antonio, Earl, Borba, I think we all agreed on the fact that the Colts team are only going to get to the playoffs and probably lose the Philip Rivers way. That's coming down to the end and choking, unfortunately. But this isn't Philip Rivers' fault. They just got matched up with a better team. I think if you put the Colts against anybody else, they probably win. They just got matched up against the Bills. If Bills Mafia, chill. Anybody that's going for the Bills, chill. Don't jump off the bandwagon. Sit on it. Because it's just warming up. You got to realize that the Bills just played one of the best defenses in NFL with Leonard, the captain of that defense. You can't be upset about that. At the end of the day, they won the game. They looked good offensively. It just seemed like Indianapolis just kept it going. They had 130-something yards rushing, which is good. Jonathan Taylor had to recreate what he did last week. Like I said, he had to have about 200 yards in order for them to win this game. You can't just expect Philip Rivers to bring it home because that's not what Philip Rivers is. He's not the guy that's going to bring it home for you. And that's why I don't think the Colts should re-sign him. 100% stick to Matthew Stafford. I think we see a different outcome of Matthew Stafford as a quarterback. Do it. Go get him. Matthew Stafford is your guy, and he's going to be available for you. All you got to do is go pull him, pay some money. It's not even going to be that huge of a cap hit because it's not like you're going to be paying $40 million for Matthew Stafford. Get it done, Colts. You're that piece away from really getting to the Super Bowl. T.Y. Hilton is a free agent next year, but imagine T.Y., and you bring in Allen Robinson and then maybe even Kenny Stills for some speed. Oh, that Colts team will be scary. Scary. Last but not least, Russell Wilson. No more MVP votes. Russ. The disappointment. But it's not even on Russ. What the Seahawks have to go do this offseason is, goddamn, they got to draft a goddamn offensive line. That was the biggest disgrace in playoff history. That offensive line is terrible. Russell Wilson was getting hit left and right. Never did I see him ever get comfortable during that game. It was a goddamn joke. The Seattle's defense did exactly what it's supposed to do. It was balling. They were playing well. They were playing great. I thought they could still pull it off. It seemed to just be like you were just waiting for that moment for that offense to finally explode. I thought I saw it there in the first half whenever they hit DK Metcalf on the deep route. They couldn't get the wheels turning. And I think a lot of that had to do with that boy, Jalen Ramsey, who's about to head over to cold-ass Lambeau Field against the best wide receiver in the NFL, Davante Adams. I know you're thinking D-Hop, Michael Thomas. No, I said it correctly. The best wide receiver in the NFL, Davante Adams, going head-to-head with Jalen Ramsey. What's going to solidify that statement is this weekend. Can Davante Adams perform against the best DB since Darrelle Revis? I think. This man's on his own island, son. And he owns that island. Okay? Darrelle Revis was just on the island. Jalen owns it. And now it's time for Davante Adams to go over and take that shit over, son. Take it over. UFC's back this weekend. You got Max Holloway and Cantor. That's going to be great. Then you got another fight on Wednesday. And then you got Conor, the notorious McGregor, coming. Next weekend, we'll have a show for that. Also, that's going to be part of the topic on Saturday. But don't forget to join us, bro. It's going to be me, Earl, E-Rob, breaking it down, trying to win us some money. This weekend was a little rough on the bets. Bills didn't cover. Seahawks obviously didn't cover. I didn't bet on Sunday because I didn't feel great, except for the Browns. That's it. But we're coming back. We are coming back Saturday. I promise you guys. Tonight's game, I got Ohio State winning. Underdog, you gotta cheer for the underdog. I think. I just hate to see Alabama win every freaking year. So why not? Ohio State, get it done. Make the draft even more controversial. Should Lawrence go first round, or should it be Justin Fields? How messy does it get if Justin Fields wins the national championship? It gets messy, I think. All right, man, this is Speaking Out Loud. This show's brought to you by Amity Boutique NM. Check them out on Facebook. Appreciate you guys. Take it easy.